In a world where economic tides shift with the moon, Japan's recent economic performance has caught the eyes of observers worldwide. Once hailed as a titan of innovation and economic might, Japan finds itself navigating a sea of challenges that threaten to redefine its future. But what's behind this economic downturn, and why should it matter to us? In this deep dive, we'll peel back the layers of Japan's economic narrative, uncovering the forces at play in its most significant contraction since the pandemic. From the flatlining GDP growth and the shadow of rising inflation, to consumer spending's unexpected tumble and wages' relentless decline, Japan's economic saga is a complex weave of domestic and international threads. But this story isn't just about numbers on a balance sheet. It's a tale of policy puzzles, global interconnections, and the quest for stability in an unpredictable world. How is Japan's struggle a mirror reflecting broader global economic trends? And what lessons can be gleaned from its policy responses? What turns will Japan's economic journey take, and how will it impact the global stage? As we navigate through the intricacies of Japan's economic landscape, we invite you to join us on a journey to understand the implications of its challenges and the potential pathways to recovery. And if you're intrigued by the unfolding story of Japan's economic adventure, don't forget to like, subscribe, and tap the notification bell. Your engagement helps us delve deeper into the stories that matter, bringing insights and analysis right to your doorstep. Welcome to Wyzeconomist, as this time we explore Japan's economic decline, a journey where every insight is a discovery, and every discovery is a step towards understanding our interconnected world. From the ruins of World War II, Japan embarked on an extraordinary path of rapid industrialization. Envision a nation harnessing the power of its skilled workforce and groundbreaking technologies, propelling itself to the forefront of the global economy. By the 1980s, Japan wasn't just participating in the global economic arena, it was leading it, boasting high growth rates, surging asset prices, and a manufacturing sector that became the gold standard worldwide. But every story has its twists, and Japan's economic narrative is no exception. The 1990s brought the plot twist nobody anticipated. The economic bubble burst. Enter the lost decade, a time when growth came to a screeching halt, asset prices plummeted, and deflation cast a long shadow over the nation's economy. Despite numerous reforms and policy measures aimed at economic revival, Japan found itself wrestling with sluggish growth and deflationary ghosts that refused to be laid to rest. Fast forward to the present, and Japan stands at another crossroads, facing an adversary it hadn't encountered in decades: inflation. The Bank of Japan, long committed to ultra-low and negative interest rates and a bold stance against deflation, now confronts inflation rates that stubbornly overshoot its 2% target. This new chapter of inflation is fueled by a combination of global pressures, pandemic-induced disruptions, and a shift in the inflation drivers themselves, with goods inflation, particularly in food prices, leading the charge. This inflationary twist presents a complex challenge for Japan. On the one hand, it marks a departure from the deflationary spiral that haunted the nation for years. On the other, it threatens economic stability, especially as wage growth struggles to keep pace, eroding the real purchasing power of consumers. The Bank of Japan now hints at a significant policy pivot, considering rate hikes to temper inflation, a move that underscores the gravity of Japan's current economic saga. Yet, amidst these challenges, the spirit of Japan's post-war economic miracle whispers lessons of resilience and innovation. As Japan stands at this pivotal moment, the path forward is fraught with uncertainty, but also brimming with potential. The journey ahead is not just about navigating inflationary pressures, but about reimagining a future where economic stability and growth are once again within reach. In recent years, the challenges have persisted, underscored by Japan's latest GDP figures. The data reveals a narrative of an economy struggling to find solid ground. In the third quarter, Japan's GDP contracted by 2.1%, following a brief period of expansion at 4.5% in the preceding quarter. The decline was significantly sharper than expected, marking the most substantial drop since the onset of the pandemic, and reflecting the deepest economic contraction in decades. This contraction is not an isolated incident, but part of a broader pattern of economic volatility and underperformance that has plagued Japan for years. As the global economic stage sees a deceleration, especially from giants like China, Japan's manufacturing sector feels the ripple effects. Picture China as a leading character in the global market drama, whose recent performance has been less than stellar. This slowdown isn't just a subplot, it directly impacts Japan, given the intertwined destinies of these economic powerhouses. As demand from China weakens, Japan's factories, which once buzzed with activity, face a daunting silence. This isn't just about fewer goods being made. It's about the broader implications for Japan's economic performance, a storyline that adds tension and complexity to our narrative. Amidst these challenges, there's an underlying theme of wage growth, or the lack thereof, that adds depth to our story. Imagine the government, in a bid to boost morale and stimulate spending, urging companies to increase wages. It's a call to action, a move designed to counteract the inflationary villain and rekindle consumer spending. Yet, despite these noble efforts, the wage increases fall short, unable to keep pace with the relentless rise in living costs. It's a plot twist that highlights the struggle of the everyday hero, the Japanese worker, battling against the tide of economic pressures. In the tapestry of Japan's economic narrative, one thread stands out with particular significance: the challenge of an aging population. This demographic shift is not just a subplot, it's a central theme that influences every aspect of Japan's economy. As the population ages, the workforce shrinks, and a smaller pool of workers is left to support a growing number of retirees. This demographic change puts immense pressure on social security systems, healthcare, and pension funds, potentially stifling economic growth. Consider the visual of a society where the elderly outnumber the young, where bustling city streets once filled with the energy of youth now echo with the measured pace of the aged. This aging population problem is a puzzle that Japan has been trying to solve, impacting policy decisions, labor market strategies, and even international relations as the country seeks to attract foreign workers to offset its demographic decline. The implications of this demographic shift are profound, touching on the sustainability of economic growth, the vibrancy of the domestic market, and Japan's position in the global economy. As we peer into the crystal ball for a glimpse of Japan's economic future, the path is shrouded in mist. Expert analyses paint a picture of diverging paths where predictions of recovery and further contraction coexist. Some seers foresee a rebound, a narrative where Japan, with its resilience and strategic policy moves, finds a way to navigate through the stormy seas of global trade tensions and internal challenges. Others, however, caution of more twists in the tale, pointing to structural issues and lingering uncertainties that could hamper Japan's quest for economic stability. So, what does the final chapter hold for Japan's economic saga? The answer remains unwritten, a story in the making. It's a tale of resilience in the face of adversity, of a nation grappling with global shifts and domestic dilemmas. But amid the uncertainty, there's a thread of hope, a belief in the possibility of a new dawn for Japan's economy. As we continue to follow this journey, your engagement is crucial. Make sure to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts as we witness the unfolding story of Japan's economic resilience. Will it be a tale of triumph or a cautionary story? Only time will tell. But one thing is certain: Japan's economic journey is a saga worth watching.